And now a dear cousin of mine is very, very ill. And she was notified that unless things changed, she'll have 3 to 6 months to live. She's up and around. She went to a wedding yesterday. I hope she doesn't mind me sharing her condition with the world. But that's how we do it in that family. We keep no secrets. And we do the best we can to stay optimistic and call and talk to one another about our conditions. Like Jesus said, you might hear it in secret, but don't keep it secret. And she is a good sign for me and definitely for the family. She's not a saint. She's close. She's much younger than I am. She's not a saint. She's a normal woman, professional woman, funny as hell, very controlling in that family. She's the oldest daughter, oldest child of 5. And everyone in the family absolutely adores her. So this news that came just last week was devastating for all of us. And for me as a priest, in a special way, because I don't want to, and I will when the time comes, I don't want to have to say our funeral mass. Nor have I ever wanted to say the funeral mass of any of my relatives. Today we have a message in the scriptures. Don't be afraid. It comes from several aspects of our historical presence in the scriptures. The first reading from Jeremiah, just so you get a perspective, Jeremiah was one of those prophets that everybody hated. He was one of the best prophets we have. Now why? Prophets are supposed to tell people the way things are. These people, Israelites, were committed in the bond of the covenant to God. And the priests, basically during the time of Jeremiah, were on the take. So they weren't doing God's work. They were filling their own pockets, their own coffers, and there were other things going on that Jeremiah railed against. And of course, he wasn't popular. The priest said, put him down. And more than once, he was beaten. He was thrown down a shaft, a well. And whenever he came back to his senses and went back to the covenant to preach what he's supposed to do, preach positive messages from God, taking care of the poor, raising up the lonely, serving one another. The whole message that Jesus epitomized when he came, he was mocked for it. Now, it sounds a little paranoid, but you heard it read very well by Jillian. Jeremiah says, I hear whisperings of many, terror on every side. Denounce, let us denounce him. Those who were my friends are on the watch for my misstep. You see what's going on? He's writing about his justified paranoia. Everywhere I go, they're talking against me. They're telling each other, denounce him, control him, get rid of him. Why? Because he's causing us to look at ourselves. He's causing us to look at God in our lives and us in the face of God.